Hi and welcome back to the Knit Guru. This is my everything I knit in April video. Now after last month where I post my everything I've knit this year video, this video seems like it was a long way off because I was in such a rut and I didn't think that I could pick up needles. I didn't have any creativity. I was burned out from work. I was creatively exhausted, and I'm still sort of somewhat there, but I feel like I've found this new niche where I've found some fun things to do that make no sense whatsoever, but they're joyous for me. And so I'm going to share those of what I've done in April. It should also be noted that with Easter school holidays, I have had a bit more time for knitting and that sort of thing, and for finding and exploring some creativity, even though I do need to write at least 2 scripts by Monday, and that's probably not going to happen unless I don't sleep. So my challenge for myself of can I knit a pair of socks in a day is probably going to have to wait until I have 2 more scripts written. Anyway, so first thing I knit was this jumper. No, the first thing I knit this month was, if you remember a while back, I had this jumper on a review and I said, look, I wasn't happy with the collar because it just wasn't sitting right, and then I was going to pick up the stitches and, you know, knit a V-neck collar, and I did that, and it took me one evening, and I'm stoked with it, and it's great. I think I'm going to block this again, and I'm going to have it soaking in some fabric softener because this is New Zealand hand-dyed yarn, and I have very sensitive skin. Bit's a bit itchy, but I really like it and I love the colour, and I bought it so long ago and I've now got a reason to wear it. Well, not just, I don't have a reason to wear it. I've got no reason to wear it. There's no reason to do anything ever, but I just really like it. And it was the first time I'd found orange yarn, and then I found the pattern that I liked, and it feels like it was synergist and it all came together. And while I still am not particularly happy with the cuffs, it works. It's fine. It's great. I like it. I will wear the crap out of it and never knit a super. Was it 4-ply? No, Aran knit. No, worsted. It's thicker than double knit anyway. Yarn top down in one piece because it nearly killed my wrists. RSI. Anyway, second thing I knit. I was on the tweed ride, and I will post a link to this video. I can't remember which comes up first, whether it's I played a game of Yarn Chicken or everything I knit in April. So we'll see which order this one comes up in. But this is my cropped vest, because I was going on the National Tweed Ride, which is a bike ride where you're supposed to dress in tweed and character and all the rest of it. And I found the most gorgeous waistcoat online and I ordered it. We're talking a month out from the race. It arrived 2 days after the race. I mean, we're talking whole next level. Like the inside lining had bicycles on it. 2 days late. So about 2 days before the event, I realised that I was going to have no costume. So I needed to knit a vest urgently. But I hadn't been doing any knitting. So that's when this came up. And it was very much a game of Yarn Chicken for a while because I didn't feel like I had enough yarn. Excuse me as I adjust my headband because I touched it. It's still in the testing process, this one. I had 6 balls that I could put my hands on, but it's a super chunky yarn. It was knit on 6mm needles. So we're talking, it was a biggie, you know. Am I happy with it? No, it was fine. It's too wide by a long shot, and it's not long enough by about that much to be what I would have wanted, but it did the job, and it made me happy that I'd been knitting, and I have a vest that at some point I will find another excuse to wear. So there was that. Then the next thing I knit, and this was straight after I finished this, I looked at my hot water bottle and I was like, oh, my hot water bottle looks so naked. I could make a hot water bottle cover, so I did. And I made my first hot water bottle cover, and I have no idea where it is, so it's probably in the laundry. Because it's made of acrylic, and so it's ridiculously highly washable. This is the second hot water bottle cover that I made, which this one's got a central detail to it because they got all fancy. And then there was enough yarn left in this ball. This was a Lincraft cake of yarn. So on 5mm needles and 2 hot water bottle covers, and there was enough to do a hot water bottle, and just going to tie the knot in it again because it's come undone, and I would not want to show the internet something that's not completely beautiful. You've met me. There was this much yarn left, so I designed a mini hot water bottle cover as well for my mini hot water bottle. I could have done a little bit more at the top there, but I think it's pretty good. I think what I like most about these is that folding over the little collars at the top, it looks really cute, but it means that I can tip the water out without getting the hot water bottle cover all wet, and the covers are acrylic, so they wash really easily. The dogs dislike them, so they stay away from them, and my feet stay warm. I've got an autoimmune condition, so I always have cold hands and cold feet, and cold hips at the moment. And so in order to be able to run in the mornings, I need to keep warm overnight. So it's quite nice having the hot water bottles and hot water bottle covers that are nice and cozy. So these are cool. I don't know if anyone wants a hot water bottle cover. You might not all be old ladies like me, but I'm going to be posting the patterns on my website at some point, and if the patterns are up, I'll link them in the description below on this video. Then, what did I do? Hit with a, oh no, I've just knocked some stitches off. With a holeless bolus run, I started making a summer vest out of cotton yarn. This is one of the 2 balls from Darn Good Yarn that I got of recycled cotton, but I got this far and then put it to the side because who could be bothered. I was then inspired by doing other things. So there, I can do anything I like. I'm a strong, independent woman, and ain't no one going to tell me what to do. So I put this one aside, but it'll come back to later because it's quite therapeutic to knit with cotton yarn. What did I do next? Next, I did this hat, and I will post a link to it if the video's up before this one. This is the Hobie Yarn Advent Project 1, the Vaden hat. I don't know. It's nice enough. This is not the pom-pom that came with it. I didn't put the pom-pom that came with it on this hat because I didn't think it matched, because I'm that guy. I know why they sent a red hat and a white pom-pom, because it's in a Christmas box, but there's no white in this yarn. But there's a lot of colours, and so I made a blue pom-pom, and I'll use the white pom-pom for something else. And I need to give this hat away to somebody because, as I've covered in the review of this hat, I don't have anywhere to wear this hat. And I've got some hat knitting projects to do for this winter because I bought some reflective yarn from Hobie that will be useful for me. And I might be able to put my pom-pom on my reflective hat and look super cute when I'm walking in the dark. Who wants to look cute when they're walking in the dark? Clearly, just me. Then what did I knit? Now you need to please forgive the fact that these have been worn for the last 24 hours, solidly. I went to the farm. They've been in gumboots. They've been on my feet around the house. I slept in them because I'm pattern testing my socks. They need a wash, but I'll put this cute picture in of them blocking on the line, which is much nicer than they just came off my feet for this video. This is the Ragey yarn from Hobie, whichever you wish to call it, in 2 different sizes, and slight differences between the 2, and this one is my preferred one over this one. This one's just not quite long enough. This one is better. There'll be a few changes between the 2. Yeah, so that will then go towards being, because this one here has done some weird things on the shape of the ankle, whereas this one sort of kept an ankle shape. Interesting, right? Like, I find it interesting. So those there go towards, it'll be the pattern that I do when I decide to do my Can I Knit a Pair of Socks in a Day video, because I might be able to, it's pushing it, but I might be able to knit a pair of these socks in a day on this yarn because it's done on size 4mm needles. And then I've been knitting another pair of socks. Now this is the Darn Good Yarn. They have the sock yarn that you get a little box that's got 2 balls of identical yarn, and it's self-striping, and There's this much left of this ball, and I'm telling myself this is not yarn chicken. It's perfectly fine. And this is almost at the toe stage. Almost. Before even this will be finished, and this will be another gorgeous pair of socks when I've done the second one. But the cool thing about this particular yarn is that it comes with 2 balls that are identical, so you should end up with 2 identical socks. I don't know if I'm going to end up with identical socks, but I'm going to try. This one I've gone with the heel flap version of the sock, whereas this one here is the German short row version of a sock, and I'm still not sure which one I prefer. I think I prefer this one and how it sits on the back of the ankle, but this one in terms of how it fits around the foot. It's a complicated life that I lead. Anyway, these are the ergonomic needles that I picked up from Hobie in the Black Friday sale, and these are cool. I like these. I'm going to be doing a review video on them when I've finished this sock, because that way then I've used 2 different sizes of them for 2 different projects, and that'll be fair. And in my last video, I posted that I was knitting a dishcloth, which was part of the one of the unraveled Christmas gift boxes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far I've done 5.5 repeats of the 12 that are required to complete this dishcloth. I probably should have finished it by now, but I haven't. This is knitted in the DMC 100% baby cotton in blue, and it's quite lovely, and it's a nice pattern, and it's going to be a lovely dishcloth, but I just haven't finished it because I just haven't finished it. I got stuck into all these other things that inspired me, even though this is a practical, useful project that I could actually use, and the others are all just a little bit of whimsy. So that's everything that I've knit in April. No, it isn't. I also made a pair of slippers that got dropped off this morning to the person I made them for. So I will insert a picture here of the slippers. They were made out of a ball of yarn that I've had sitting around for a while, and that ball of yarn will be in a yarn review because, well, the slippers look pretty cute. I can't say that I will be recommending the yarn to anybody anytime soon. So yeah, so that's everything that I've knit in this April, and it's kind of cool to think that I've actually knit something in April at all, because for a while there it didn't feel like I was going to get anything finished. So take care, and I will see you next month.